Hey guys, Lyle with NorCal EBike. I'm back after meeting up with my grandson. Battery's down to 45. Let's see if we can take some more life out of it and get it down to 30 to see how it operates. Well, I'll tell you what. Battery's down to 43 and the bike is still pulling like a freight train. I haven't seen any loss of power yet. Hard to believe that a bike weighing 140 some odd pounds with a 240 pound rider can get up to regular driving speed that fast on an electric bike. Like I stated earlier on one of the shorts, it does seem like once the battery starts getting down lower, the battery does start to travel a little bit faster as far as losing percent. Spent some time earlier before leaving work on the adjustments on the shock, and I finally think I found a happy spot. If anyone's wondering, I could go ahead with the camera and show those settings. Again, I'm 5'11", 240 pounds, so it may not be the correct setup for you, but the bike is riding a lot better and the front end's reacting a lot better over bumps and harsh terrains. And even just the small little imperfections on the asphalt, it feels a lot more planted, a lot more secure now. One of these days I will have to do a range test review on actually riding this thing as an e-bike and actually pedaling the thing instead of riding it as an electric motorcycle to see how it is. Lately it's been kind of my commuter, and with the hours I work, I usually sleep the last minute, and I can usually shave about 5 minutes off my commute on this thing versus taking the truck to work. And the settings that I have on the presets on the screen and for the controller, I'm on hold off on the start screen, and everything else is completely turned up. I find it a little easier than trying to have learning curves going back and forth. Once you get accustomed to the throttle and how to actuate it, you'll actually find that it's probably more enjoyable that way, because each time you reset the start strength, it is another learning curve on how much to grab, how fast to twist, and I found if you just learn how to pretty much activate it in the hold on takeoff, a lot easier and funner as well. Turn on the headlights, guys. Almost about that time, and try to get some of this battery to go a little bit quicker. So lately, guys, on the Speedo, and I have checked it GPS with my phone. I just need to get a phone mount. It is true. With my seated position, my weight that I weigh, I've roughly been top speed 47 to 49 on the roads that I travel. I have seen as high as 51.7. Now my son, which is 18 and about 80 pounds lighter than me, he has been able to see 54 out of the bike, and he said it still had a little more in it. The guy's just an all-around amazing, good riding bike. Fun, comfortable, practical, not making noise. You're not getting the side eye by the law once you're riding a bike. We're at 36% and the battery does not seem to be dying off yet. I just really want to go ahead and test it out with you guys and see if, like everyone says, once the battery hits 30%, if that's when you start feeling the decrease in power. Upgrades. Still looking around trying to figure out what dual crown fork I want to go to. Like I said, the adjustment that I got the fork to right now, really happy with. I just still myself, being a heavier rider, I do not like the fork flex. So I would like to see how the bike rides without the flex, and try to get some ideas on some different seat replacements. I've kind of repositioned the seat and slid the bracket, and so it slid back further towards the rear rack, so I'm further away from the bars, and it seems like a comfortable spot. I want to try, I guess, maybe a noseless seat, and I've also seen a couple of cool ones that have small little backrests, so I might give something like that a try to see how that is. I plan on using this for my summer commuter, and would like something a little bit more comfortable. I mean, the seat's not bad by no means, especially for the short commute that I'm on. And then even on longer ones, I took it out 4th of July and tried to beat the traffic, and was probably on the bike for a total of 4 hours on and off, and it wasn't bad. And one thing I've noticed is not being on a bicycle seat for so long, you do get used to being on them again. It takes a good 2 days of riding for that area that's making contact with the seat to get used to it. But yeah, it will start where it will not bother you as much. And if anyone has any ideas in the comment section on what kind of seat to try, leave me a comment below. I would like to hear from you guys. See you. what you guys just witnessed and what seat that you guys prefer, or you guys like, and what works for you. And we're down to 34%. And still full power. So on this last charge, this will be the lowest that I've taken the batteries down to. I think I've charged it a few times and I have not taken it below, I want to say 60%. And this go around on charge, that's going, let's see, I was 3 trips to work and a couple little outbursts and little cruises to the park, just messing around, trying to get the bike dialed in and trying to get a little bit better on this action camera. But yeah, guys, again, that you can't really see the settings. There's no numbers on it as far as on that front fork, but where it's at right now, it is very, very happy. And one of my buddies at work, he's a very avid mountain biker. When I was getting ready to leave, I was talking to him about some of the concerns I had on the front end, and so he spent about 10 minutes with me and we were messing with it, and wherever he put those dials, it is very, very happy. I've had the low speed wobble on now for a while, and I thought that was coming from the front fork, which it was not. It was the tire not being seated correctly. And after deflating the tire, soap and water on both sides of the bead of the tire and the wheel, airing it up to 40, dropping it down to 30, that problem's been resolved. But then the last few rides, I've noticed that higher speeds, anything after 40, felt a little wishy-washy. And again, yeah, after that dial in today, it feels great. It's still hard to believe the kind of speed that this thing hits in such a short amount of time. Guys, we just hit 30%, bounced back 29 and 30. We'll cruise up to the stop sign and we will go straight from there and return one of the directions and see if the power's starting to die off yet. And we just climbed to 31%, so it may take a brief second. 31%, still full power. Guys, we're about down between 29 and 28%. We'll take off from the stop sign, and that'll be a good telltale sign from a dead stop if it'll start cutting back some of the power or not. It may have. I mean, not by much. It's still rolled on the throttle and still probably packed that front tire about 4 inches. Guys, we were between 28 and 27 and still a lot down low, but I would say the upper pull is not as much as it usually is. We'll take off again at the stop sign and fill it out one more time. Yeah, it barely raised the front end that time. So yeah, the conclusion is true. Yeah, once you drop under that 30%, you will feel an increase. Is it slow by any means now with the battery that low? Absolutely not. It still could be faster than majority of the bikes out there. It's just at the point now where it's not violent anymore. I just want to do a quick pull there. We'll turn around and I'll cover some of my thoughts. So yeah, by no means, I'm right there where I left off the throttle, just rolling on it, and was still able to get to the, what it would be a posted speed in a neighborhood. Usually coming in the driveway, if I'm to get on it, it would pack the front, and there was no raising of the tire there on that one. So guys, yes, it is true. Once you get under that 30%, it does drop battery life, and you start losing power, and you can't feel it. This weekend I'm going to try to work on a couple different videos. I want to do the first wash on the bike, a waterless wash, and go over some things to check as far as tightening and checking to see if anything is loose, and kind of the things to look at for your first service. And not really a service, but we're getting close to that 100-mile mark, so things to check for. Want to go ahead and wax the chain with some special chain wax, and probably some lithium grease on the battery points, and just some things to look for that might loosen on rides. Guys, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and if you guys can, leave me a comment.